This movie is hands down my most favorite movie. Woven into the film are strong threads of nostalgia for me. Having loved this movie at the time of release in 1985, and also feeling as if I'm in the front seat of a high-octane roller coaster, living the fantasy depicted in the movie the same way many of us imagine winning a life-changing lottery. This film's ending is also one of the most adrenaline-inducing endings for me. All the cast are great and too numerous to mention, but in terms of the main cast, we have the comedic genius of Richard Pryor, the antics of his loyal best friend John Candy, and the absolutely stunning beauty of his love interest and the conscience of the movie, the great Lonette McKee. Heed this warning, spoilers ahead. This film is actually based on a novel written by George Barr McCutcheon, published in 1902 under the pseudonym of Richard Greaves. There have been a number of film adaptations, with the earliest being a 1914 silent film which starred Edward Beals, who had also appeared in a successful Broadway play based on the novel. Brewster's Millions is a comedy mixed with serious moments featuring Richard Pryor as Montgomery Brewster, a minor league baseball player who unexpectedly inherits $300 million from a very distant relative. Like in the case of baseball, there's a catch. To claim the full inheritance, he must first spend $30 million in 30 days without acquiring any assets or giving away the money freely, all while keeping the rules secret from those around him. What ensues is a chaotic journey of extravagance, frustration, and hilarity. In today's money, I suspect Brewster would be spending $300 million to claim $1 billion. Richard Pryor infuses Brewster with a perfect mix of charm, exasperation, and comedic timing. Pryor's ability to portray the character's growing frustration and desperation as the spending challenge spirals out of control is a masterclass to watch. John Candy, as Brewster's best friend and teammate Spike Nolan, adds a lovable and bumbling quality to the dynamic and is the ultimate loyal friend. His chemistry with Pryor elevates the movies, whilst Lonette McKee adds grounding to the movie, and one of the three villains of the movie, Stephen Collins, is excellent as the jealous boyfriend with greedy motivations. The film's humor stems from its premise and Pryor's delivery. The idea of being forced to waste money in ways that seem senseless is a great setup for satire on wealth, consumerism, and societal values. There are clever moments, like Brewster's decision to run a political campaign showcases the absurdities of excess. Brewster's Millions subtly critiques the pitfalls of capitalism and the notion that money can solve all problems. While the story often leans into escapist fantasy, it also explores Brewster's struggle with what wealth means and how it changes his relationships, and that once we no longer need money, we have the space to realize that money is not what we really wanted. Brewster's Millions is a fun comedy with a serious foundation that capitalizes on Richard Pryor's charisma and comedic prowess. It remains an entertaining ride with a unique setup and memorable performances. If you're a fan of Pryor or curious about an 80s comedy with a twist, this movie is a must-watch. If you're a fan of physical media like me, the film is available on Region 1 DVD and also Blu-ray on Amazon. However, I prefer the cover of the DVD rather than the Blu-ray, and though the Blu-ray is a collector's edition, there don't appear to be any extras of note on there for me. I've also seen some t-shirts available on eBay, with one print in particular taking my interest. Thanks for watching and listening.